Welcome to Sonder the podcast. How did we rebrand this friendship?
We went from 3 to 2.
That's right. Everybody's dying to know. We met through a friend last year.
Last year, yeah.
Almost
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a little over a year ago. February was our anniversary.
It was like Valentine's Day week. It was, what is it? NBA All-Star week. And I was home, tucked away,
ready for bed.
But these girls were outside, and
she heard I was coming.
Yeah.
And she said,
right.
I need to go outside.
I was like, I have to meet this new girl. Like, what is she about?
Who is she?
We were so anti-podcast. Approximately 6 months ago, we were like, absolutely not. We would never do a podcast. Like, take the fucking mics away from these people.
It's because we're shy.
Now here we are. Because we rebranded.
Yeah.
And we decided we're not shy anymore.
Actually.
We're not shy.
Yeah. We're not at all. I like to do things that scare me, and I think the podcast is something that like I've never necessarily wanted to do. So I don't know. I mean, I do think it requires you to like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we talked a lot about how we don't want people to know our business.
Yeah. We're pretty private.
But you know what? Part. Whatever. What do I have to lose?
Give the people what they want.
We have a lot of interesting things to say. We live an interesting life.
Yeah.
Truly. And sometimes, like, for example, people think I don't have a job. Talking about rebranding recently, Daisy has started the People's Matcha.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that. On when you decided to pull the trigger, why?
I think it was like a series of events. I always knew I wanted to do something. I just didn't necessarily know what. Like I have a lot of interest, but I didn't necessarily feel super passionate about any of them. And I started drinking matcha like a few years ago, 2018, 2019. And before that, I was just like raw dogging life. I didn't take any like caffeine or anything like that. And I just got super into it. I would make it at home, and then obviously got super popular. And I think that like gave me the push to just go for it. I feel like there's no better time than now. I think I initially was going to do digital marketing. I wanted to do like a little ebook. And so I started on that. And then I was like, actually, I want something tangible. And then
guys, we have the ebook to show right here. I mean, the physical book.
Yeah, now it's an actual physical book.
But you can still get the ebook.
Yeah, the ebook is still available. But yeah, I wanted something tangible. And again, like I said, for a long time, for years, I always wanted to do something. I just didn't necessarily know what. And then, I don't know, the People's Matcha, like I just started working on it on my own. And it kind of ended up coming to life. And then I met my partner, Kayla. I think when you're doing anything, it does help to have someone that you can bounce off ideas with, or someone that just gets your vision and, you know, is on that same path in terms of making it happen. If you want to do something, you just have to do it, even though it's not going to be perfect. And I obviously know, like when I did put the order in, I knew there was going to be little mistakes I was going to find, but I was like, I'm just going to pull the trigger, because if I don't, I'm just never going to do it. It's never going to be perfect. And so we published a book. There are errors, which again, like I knew was going to happen. I anticipated. I don't think
but people still buy it. People still enjoy it.
Yeah.
The recipes are there.
Yeah.
They're readable.
It's still a great book. It's still a great product. But again, there's always room for improvement. But that's the thing. It's never going to be perfect. Like there's always things you're going to be able to add or fix or edit. And so I think that's like one of my biggest things is just remembering that it doesn't have to be perfect for you to do it. And if you want to do it, to just do it. Because otherwise,
so inspirational,
you're just gonna make excuses. Like perfectionism is just an excuse not to do something.
What's the worst thing that can happen? Like it doesn't work out. At least you tried it. You don't have to go through life with the question of like, what if I had done it?
Yeah, and you could always try something else too.
Yeah,
like maybe something doesn't pan out, but who cares? Like, I think people are scared sometimes of like failing, but like I don't think failing is a bad thing. You can always learn from anything that you do. And if something doesn't work out, like now I know that no matter what, you're going to take some kind of learning lesson from it.
Yeah.
And you can apply it to other things.
Which also, it's not even, if you're trying, it's not really failing because it's more of a failure if you didn't try it.
Yeah.
You're like, what if I had done that?
It ties into rebranding because again, you can always pivot. You can do something else. You can change completely and be like, actually, I tried it. I don't think this is for me. I'm not into it. Now I want to try this. But that at some point you will find something that, you know, you do really feel passionate about and that works out. Like I think the longer you do things or the more you do things, like you just have to be consistent is one of the things, but at some point it'll work out.
I do think that seeing people recently, for some reason, I feel like a lot of people in general are trying new things or things that they've been wanting to do. And I think it's so cute. So I wanted in on the fun. I just think it's so cute. And I had told Daisy about Sonder a while ago, randomly. I didn't even think she remembered it.
No, I remember.
And like a few months ago, she was like, "Why didn't you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, because I've had Sonder the collection Instagram for like 5 years. I wanted to do it during COVID, but then I got a big girl job, and my life just slipped away.
You got lost.
Yeah, I got lost in the sauce, and it wasn't until Daisy mentioned it that I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose? Every year, I'm like, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. And so now here we are with the podcast. But
how did we get here?
I will say, like, full transparency. Like, you're starting the People's Matcha. You had a full-time job, and you're like, hey, this isn't working out for me, and you have the ability to leave your job.
Yeah.
I too am dropping down. I'm not quitting my job, but I'm going remote and dropping down my FTE. I think that if I was still in my full-time, or I was planning to stay in my full-time job, I wouldn't be able to do Sonder.
Yeah.
Just because I know myself.
Time.
Yeah, I can't. And it's not impossible to do it. If you really want something, you can have juggle all these things on your plate and still make it happen. But I think
you just don't want to.
I do think that it's important to share. Like, we are doing these things, but we are pulling back in some areas of
I
our
didn't
lives.
get my nails done.
Girl,
we're making sacrifices.
Yeah, people will be like, "What? Like, that's not like you're gonna quit your job or you're gonna
like,
do
what are you
this
gonna
for
do?
this? Like, what?
What do you mean?"
And it's easy to get like wrapped up in other people's opinions, so you have to be really careful. I think, in general, big picture about like what you share and what kind of opinions you're like letting into your life.
Or just really comfortable with your decision. Because I think I've always known that people are gonna have their own thoughts, but I also know that they have like their own versions of their lives and how they want them to be, and that's great for them, but that doesn't necessarily apply to me. And I've never understood why people really care so much, to be honest, about like other people's opinions, or like just because you want to do X, Y, and Z doesn't mean I want to do it that way. You know, I have my own priorities the same way you have your own, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think maybe it's hard now, like with social media too. Like, not only do you have the opinions of like your close friends or family if you're sharing them, but also then you go on like TikTok and somebody did this, and you're like, wait, why doesn't that work for me? Or why can't I go that way? Or is that the right way to go? Like, there's so much information out in the world that you just don't have to listen to. But it is difficult to separate yourself from.
I think it is, but at the same time, it's not. It's just about like your perspective. Because I think when you're seeing other people live their lives or whatever, like if you turn it around to that type of thinking of like, why doesn't this work for me? Like, that's not how I think. If I see someone doing something and I think it's cool, my way of thinking like, oh shit, that's so cool, I can do that if I want to. I just have to try, and I have to like commit to it and follow through with it. That's how I see things. It gives me like room for opportunity. I think I'm like, if they can do it, I know I can do it if I want to.
I think that goes into the victim mentality, and I think that would be a great podcast topic. Actually, I think it's a big thing, and I think maybe sometimes people don't know that they have it.
I don't think they do. It's really hard. I genuinely think it's hard to realize that you're in that mentality. To your point, you are right. Like,
thank you. I know
not everybody is in the same situation.
Right.
With that being said, we have made decisions because we didn't grow up. Not that we're wealthy, because we're not. I wish. But we've made decisions in our life, throughout our life, to put us in a position where we do have that flexibility, where we can make certain choices and decisions in our lives. And sorry, cancel me. I think people, and of course, this doesn't apply to everybody. There's so many different situations and circumstances that people are in, but in general, at some point, we get to a point where we have way more control over our lives than we like to admit, and a lot of times we make excuses. Like you said, you can do it all if you wanted to, but I mean, I make excuses all the time. Like, I don't have time to cook or time to do this. Yes, if I can do, I'm just fucking lazy and I choose not to.
Yeah, everybody can rebrand. If there's something that like you want to do, just do
And if you're
it.
in a victim mentality, you should rebrand.
Yeah, like don't do it, please. I think we should do a whole
I think so too.
episode on the victim
Yeah, those are my
mentality.
least favorite type of people.
We
Sorry.
are not fans of people with the victim mentality. It's I think that we try to be
Understanding.
and because it comes from somewhere. It always comes from somewhere, whether
Yeah.
it's like the childhood or
Yeah.
whatever it might be. Or sometimes life does suck.
Sometimes life is fucking
It
rough.
really
Like
sucks.
sometimes it is fucking rough, and it's like I said, it's hard not to go there
Yeah.
sometimes. But like, you really do have to just keep it moving because you're not the only one, unfortunately.
Right.
And like, there's so many things you can't control other than yourself. So
I could just word vomit and go into like 2 hours of victim mentality, but
maybe for next episode 2.
truly, you're like we're all just one single tiny little person. I always like visualize zooming out of the earth and how insignificant my life is.
I feel
And
like traveling helps you see the world like that.
And that's the definition of Sonder.
Anyways, back to our brand.
Anyways, back to us. When you're like 70, you're gonna be like, thank God that I did that. Or I should have done more.
Yeah.
So que no se queden con las ganas and just do it. Like, what do you have to lose? I mean, there is things to lose, I'm not gonna lie. So there is things to lose, but like you'll gain it back.
Yeah.
It's okay. You'll
figure it
survive.
out.
You'll survive. I always say this. I'm like, you're not gonna die. Like you're fine. You'll survive. It's okay. Like as long as you don't die, just try it out.
And if you die, at least you die.
Stop. No.
At least you die trying.
No, but yeah, actually, like if you die tomorrow, like at least I tried it.
Yeah.
If I die tomorrow, at least I texted my ex.
No, I don't believe in that.
Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. And that's where we end the podcast.
Is that end of episode 1? What?
Next podcast, don't text your ex.
And we're actually rebranding our TikTok as well.
Yes, go follow us on TikTok.